5 of the Chapter 5 practice test for geometry. We're up at the top on number 29. So the directions say to find x if yk equals 2x. So find yk. Here's y, here's k. So this bunch is 2x. So make sure you label it. And then yv, so yv, the whole thing, is 2x plus 10. This is a 1/3, 2/3 relationship. So if I take half of this, half of the 2x, that means that this right here is x. So we know that this x plus this 2x, which is 3x, is equal to the whole thing, 2x plus 10. We subtract the 2x from both sides. We get x equals 10. All right, KR is x minus 3. So here's KR, x minus 3, label it. And RY, this smaller piece, the 1/3 piece, is 2x minus 12. So 2 of these is equal to 1 of these. So that'll be 4x if I distribute here and here, minus 40, minus 24 equals x minus 3. Subtract x from both sides, add 24 to both sides. Opposites, opposites, we have 3x equals 21. Divide both sides by 3. We get x equals 7. Numbers 31 through 34. Directions say, find the missing side of each triangle. Round your answers to the nearest tenth, if necessary. So first you have to determine the missing side. This one's the hypotenuse. These are both legs. So if I plug them into the Pythagorean Theorem, I'm going to put the x in for the c. So I'm going to have 5 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared. This is 25. This is 144. So c squared equals 169. If you take the square root of both sides, and you can do that on your calculator, you should get c equals 13. And this one was in meters. This missing side is the hypotenuse again, so that's going to go in for our c. We're going to have 9 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. So x squared is equal to 81 plus 144. So x squared is equal to 225. We take the square root of both sides. We get x equals 15. And this one was in yards. All right. Hypotenuse missing again, so we're going to say 3 squared plus 4 squared equals x squared, but I know this is already a Pythagorean triple. That means it should be a 3, 4, 5. So if this is 3 feet, this is 4 feet, that's got to be 5 feet. All right, this is the hypotenuse, so it's going to go in for c. So we're going to have 6 squared plus 8 squared equals x squared. So x squared is equal to 36 plus 64. Add them together, take the square root. X equals 10, and this one was measured in yards. 35. Find the missing side of each triangle. Leave your answer in simplest radical form. Okay. So this one is a leg. So I'm going to put that in for a. So I'm going to have x squared plus the square root of 11 squared equal to the square root of 15 squared. So you can do this on your calculator, but anytime you're squaring something that's square rooted, it's just the number that's inside. Same thing here. Anytime you're squaring something that's being square rooted, it's just the number that's inside. So subtract 11 from both sides. You get x squared equals 4. Take the square root, and you get x equals 2. And this one was measured in meters. This one's a leg as well. So I'm going to plug it in for a, and I'll have x squared plus the square root of 7 squared equal to 2 rad 3 squared. When we go to simplify, we get x squared plus squaring something that's being square rooted. It's what's inside. This one's a little bit trickier. You go 2 times 2, which is 4. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3, which is 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract 7 from both sides. You get x squared equals 5. So when you take the square root of both sides, you get x equals the square root of 5, which is prime, so we know we can't simplify it anymore, and this one is in yards. State of each triangle is acute, obtuse, or right. First, we need to check and make sure it is a triangle by adding the 2 smaller sides together. 12 plus 13 is 25, and that's greater than 15, so it's definitely a triangle. But we want to take the longest side, square it, and see if it's less than, greater than, or equal to the longest side, or the 2 shorter sides squared and added together. So 15 squared is 225, 12 squared is 144, 13 squared is 169. If I add 144 and 169, I get 313. So 225 to 313 is less than. That means it's an acute triangle. Longest side, add the 2 smaller sides, you get 18, greater than that, so it's definitely a triangle. We're going to say that 15 squared is question mark to 6 squared plus 12 squared. So we've got 225, 36 plus 144, so 225, 36 plus 144 is 180. This one's greater than, so it's obtuse. And turn over to page 6. Same thing on page 6. Add the 2 smaller sides together. 3 plus 4 is 7, greater than 5, so we're good. Let's see. 5 squared is question mark to 3 squared plus 4 squared, so this is 25, 9 and 16. 25 and 25, they're exactly equal, which makes it a right triangle. Okay, state if the 3 numbers can be measures of the sides of a triangle. So we want to take the 2 smaller sides. In this case, it's going to be a 6 and a 7, which is 13, and 13 is greater than 7. So yes, it will be a triangle. 2 smaller sides are 13, which is less than 15. So no, it's not going to make a triangle. We want to find the possible measures for the 3rd side. So we're going to put the x in the middle, and we're going to say it's greater than a certain number, less than a certain number. So you want to add and subtract them. Add the 10 and the 7, you get 17. Subtract the 7 from 10, you get 3. Add the 11 and 8, you get 19. Subtract the 8 from 11, you get 3. Numbers 44 and 45. Order the angles in each triangle from smallest to largest. So you want to find the shortest side, which is 12. The opposite angle is x. The next shortest side is the 18, so the next one is angle W. That leaves us with angle V. Find the shortest. The opposite is M, so angle M. Next shortest is 19. Opposite is N. And the one left is angle L. Okay, and the last 2. Order the sides of the triangle from shortest to longest. So we find the smallest angle, which is V. That means the opposite side is UT. And then we have a tie for the next 2. These 2, UV and VT. These 2 are tied. Okay, but there's no tie on this one. We definitely have a shortest side of 30, or smallest angle of 35, which makes YZ the shortest. Next smallest angle is 45. That makes XY the next one. Oops. And 100 left, so XZ.